The opening day of the World Sprint Championships saw the world's best collection of speed skaters exceed even the highest of expectations. A Telp Stadium gathering of thousands witnessed two track records, a homecoming of an Olympic hero, and the uprising of another Dutch superstar. 500-meter Olympic champion Femke Caulk absorbed the adulation of the Dutch fans and then proceeded to blitz halfway to a world sprint title. Meanwhile, countryman Nabau provided two of his best performances on the men's side to take a lead over the prohibitive favorite from the United States, two-time Olympic champion Jordan Staltz. But two more races remain today as we crown speed skating's royalty of the sprints. Welcome to Heerenveen in the Kingdom of the Netherlands and the 2026 ISU Speed Skating World Championships. Hello once again, everyone, and welcome to ISU coverage of the 2026 ISU Speed Skating World Championships. Patrick Keenis with you on day two, and what a scintillating opening day it was. Here is the lineup of what we are facing today. The second running of both the 500-meter and the 1,000-meter for the men and the women, and that will crown our world champions today. And Femke Caulk and Nabau are halfway home. Femke Caulk could not have been more brilliant yesterday. A track record claiming both the 500 and the 1,000. And Nabau, who finished runner-up to a Jordan Staltz in Milano Cortina in the 500 and the 1,000. He was dominant yesterday, and he holds the lead. How well did he sleep overnight? Who knows? Jordan Staltz said after the two events yesterday that Nabau was outstanding, and Jordan said he was not at his best. He will need to be today to claim his first world sprint title. It is a tight race. There's a look at the Olympic 1,500-meter champion Ning. He is in range as well. Again, two races to go. Anything can happen. And once again, we are absolutely packed inside the Telp Stadium. But what a day for the Dutch yesterday. On the women's side, they sit 1, 2, and 3 with Femke Caulk, Susanne Schulting, and Marit Flederus, all in podium positions. And we saw a quote after day one from Susanne Schulting, basically already coronating Femke Caulk. She was that brilliant yesterday, just as she has been over the course of this Olympic calendar year. And she was two races away from World Championship immortality. Fans are waiting very patiently, and we're moments away from the start of the second 500-meter event on the women's side for the 27 racers vying for the world title. Sit back and enjoy. We had some unbelievable skates yesterday. We'll have some major drama. We already know, looking ahead to the men's 500-meter, which will start in about a half hour's time, Jordan Staltz and Nabau are in the same pair, the final pair on the men's side. Femke Caulk and Susanne Schulting are in the same pair in the final pair of the women's 500. The draws, the pairings have yet to come out for the 1,000 meters later on today. That'll be predicated on the standings. And speaking of the standings, there they are. The Dutch, 1, 2, and 3. Caulk, Schulting, and Flederus. As we get now a look at the lineup here for the women's 500. The second version here in the World Championships. And there at the bottom, you see Femke Caulk and Susanne Schulting in the final 13th pair. If you weren't with us yesterday, the first time that Femke Caulk came to the starting line in the women's 500, a huge roar of adulation for the world champion and the Olympic champion. And again, Femke Caulk delivered some massive results, setting a track record in the 500, as we saw on the men's side from Nabau. So gear up, buckle up, and get ready. And here we go with the opening pair. And only one skater in the opening pair, as we saw yesterday. Here is Madison Pierman who was in Canada 4 days ago training, but not expecting to be here at Thiel from the World Championships. But a spot opened up. She jumped on a plane, came halfway around the globe, and Madison Pierman is on the ice in her second 500 meter of this championship. And already a massive roar from these fans who are so ultra supportive of all of the skaters on the ice, certainly for the skaters from the Kingdom, but especially in a race like this where it is only Pierman, the 30-year-old, racing against herself and racing against the clock. And what a two-day experience this has been for Pierman. To the line she comes. She finished in 40.33, and a huge roar once again for Pierman. A little bit slower than what we saw yesterday in a 40.04, but again racing on the ice by herself, opening up the second day session. We just hope that Madison and all these skaters are just able to soak it all in, this amazing atmosphere in Heerenveen. And again, less than a week ago, she's hanging out training in Canada. No expectations of being where she is today. And we'll see her one more time in the women's 1,000 in about an hour and 20 minutes time. Second pair, Yu Shihui, 19-year-old from China, and Katja Fansen, who raced a 39.85 yesterday. Fansen, the 36-year-old from Germany.
Go to the start. Ready.
$38.58 yesterday for you. She went out in 10.73. We'll see where she checks in here. 10.79, so 600ths off of her first 100 meters yesterday. A big experience for the youngest in the field on the women's side. And again, the deafening spirits and applause of these Dutch fans. And Yu is going to pick up the victory here in the second pair with a 38.64, which is just like Pierman, 6/100ths off of what she raced yesterday. So two pairs deep.
Leader in the overall classification and also the leader in this third 500 meter. Here we go, this is pair number 3. It's our first Olympian in the inner lane, representing Chinese Taipei. Please welcome.
And out of pair number 3, Chinese Taipei, Chen Yingchu, 31-year-old, 38.71 yesterday. And matched up against Kikuchi Sumida, 30-year-old from Japan, a 39.34 yesterday.
Go to the start.
And the third pair of 13 today.
Ready.
Chen starts in the inner, Kikuchi in the outer. 38.71 yesterday for Chen. She opened in 10.59, and she's 10.65 today. Kikuchi at 10.9. Chen banks around that last corner. 38.71 yesterday. will get under that today by 37 hundredths of a second. 38.44 for Chen. Kikuchi clocks 38.97. Now we had a full field just prior to the start of yesterday's opening race with 28 skaters on the women's side. Just prior to the kickoff of the championship, Serena Perger of Italy pulled out. So that left us with 27. Today we opened with 25 on the women's side as American Erin Jackson and Italian Maybrit Viegel have both pulled out. So we will not see Erin Jackson or Viegel. So they've had to revise the start list for a second time. Which now leaves Sarah Warren as the lone remaining American in the World Sprint Championships on the women's side. Warren, the University of Illinois graduate, 39.28 yesterday. She was scheduled to be paired up with Erin Jackson. But again, Jackson was scratched. That'll shuffle Karolina Boziak from Poland into this pair. Warren at 39.28 yesterday, Boziak at 39.11.
Ready.
Warren 23rd overall position after the first two events yesterday. Boziak sits 18th. Pair number 4. Check the opener from Warren. She's 700 slower than yesterday. 10.89 today. Boziak an 11.13. It's about a 10th off of yesterday. That's something we will watch over the course of today. The two big sprints, 500 and 1,000 yesterday. Quick turnaround, right back on the ice with another 500 and 1,000 today for these skaters. So what will the legs have remaining in them over these next couple of hours? Boziak slips and falls. Watch out, Sarah Warren. She gets past. Boziak does cross on her chest. Boziak at 39.52. She appears to be okay. Lost her balance coming out of that last corner. Warren, who has been beset by injuries over her entire athletic career on the ice and on the pitch. As Boziak just slipped and fell, get a little out on front of her skates. Warren, she's dealt with far too many injuries over her athletic career, able to avoid a slide from Boziak across the ice. User error. Those blades were up, but Warren got to the line and felt Boziak right alongside. Blades up. There's the finish, and that's watch this finish. Fortunately, it looks like Boziak is fine. But a moment of uncertain danger passing. Apologetic wave by Boziak. 4 pairs in. And out to the 5th pair. We'll get the Belgian Isabel van Elst. 27-year-old, racing the 1,000 and 1,500 at the Olympics a couple of weeks ago. And Kubo from Japan is 21. Kubo sitting 13th overall, Van Elst in 21st position.
Go to the start. Ready.
Kubo on the left, Van Elst on the right. Kubo yesterday was about a quarter second faster in the opener compared to Van Elst's time, and that's right about where they are again. A 10.89 for Kubo, Van Elst 11.13. And through the back straight they dart. Kubo compact around the corner. Grabs the lead on Van Elst. And Kubo 38.69 yesterday, off by about 2/10 today. And you see on the right side of your screen the classification leader. So Kubo right now in the lead, but again, 8 more pairs to go, so 16 skaters. And a majority will likely get past her. But that will update to the moment, and that will become more and more important as we get to the final 4 or 5 pairs of this 500 and then into the 1,000 coming up a bit later today. And using the Samolog scoring system, which converts seconds into points, with the baseline being the 500 meters. Those seconds are the points, and then if you get to the 1,000, you take those seconds total and divide that by 2 to accumulate those points. Everything is total together. Pair 6, Elena Elishenko from Kazakhstan, 38.98 yesterday. And from Germany, Ostlander. Ostlander, 23 years old. Skated in her first Olympics a couple of weeks ago. Ostlander right now overall 12th place.
Ready.
And Ostlander was top 10 in the 1,000 yesterday. See if she can improve on her 38.88 and 19th place finish in the 500 yesterday. They come across the first 100 meters almost in sync. 600s separate Ilyashenko and Ostlander. Pair 6. Ilyashenko will finish in the outer. Here comes Ostlander, bursting speed of the inner. Looked like a little peek to her right to see where Ilyashenko was. This is tight, and it will go to Ilyashenko. A 38.89. She was 38.98 yesterday, so some slight improvement there. And Ostlander will give herself really a shot to finish top 10 with a strong performance in the 1,000 later today. Preparation begins. We'll see the 3 leaders from the Netherlands in the final 2 pair. Pair number 7, Norway and Denmark represented. Here's the European champion of the mass start, Sophia Thorp, 28-year-old whose husband won a silver medal at the Olympics a couple of weeks ago in the men's mass starts. She was 38.78 yesterday, and big ovation for Julianist Samson out of Norway. To their feet, the Norwegian fans making a short trip.
Go to the start. Ready.
Samson on the left of your screen, 11th overall after the opening day. And Samson opens in 10.58. She was 10.59 yesterday, so right on target. Thorp about 700s slower than what she was yesterday, 10.86. Now the draft for Samson. Picking up speed into the corner. Exiting in front of Thorp. Samson 38.37 yesterday, glides through and shaves about 3/10 off of her time from yesterday. Very well done, 38.05. We go back to yesterday. only 6 skaters were sub 38. Samson just missed breaking that number here. Out of the 8th pair of the 13.
Let's move on to race number 8. 2 Olympians in race number 8, inner lane.
So Belgium and Great Britain represented here.
Yesterday, 38.76.
And Fran Vanote from Belgium. And from Great Britain, Elia Smeding. And when we get to the 1,000 meter, we'll tell you about kind of the breakdown of numbers. She had the fastest, the 5th fastest last lap of the women's 1,000 yesterday. Behind Caulk, Schulting, Lamar, and Yamada. And the Brit right now sits 10th overall. Vanote 16th.
Ready.
And our first false start of day 2. Now what a great result this would be for Smeding and Great Britain if she can wind up top 10. And should she improve on her 500 from yesterday, she was 18th at 38.81, but if she can cut some time off of that, I mean, clearly the 1,000 meter is her,
Fourth up, out
suits her
lane,
well.
Crossing the line.
Here the false start charge for crossing the line. Our starter, Nagata Takuro from Japan.
Ready.
Uh-oh, I think Smeding did it again. Goggles are off. The tip of the blade was creeping toward the line. Could not
Second horse
hold it stable.
out lane. Crossing the line.
And she
Disqualified.
crossed through the line again, and there will be the hopes dashed of a top 10 World Championship finish.
Go to the
Fans whistle their disapproval. Watch that front blade just inching forward on the line and noticed. And the exact same thing that led to the initial false start. And now Vanote skates by herself. Well, that is a rough moment for Smeding. 10.97 opener for Vanote. Right at her number from yesterday. And charging through the back straight. Vanote was 16th coming in. Through the final corner. And Vanote comes through to the line and finishes at 39.18. 32 hundredths slower than yesterday. Boy, you cannot mask the disappointment for Smeding. That is harsh. No dispute, but the disappointment is deep. And not a lot of words will be exchanged here. Oh boy. Pair number 9 on the way. Marcina Baran of Poland. Matchup against Kim Min-sun of Korea. Kim sitting in 7th position. Baran in 15th. But Baran had a top 8 finish yesterday in the 500. And there is Kim. 3-time Olympian. Finished 6th in the 1,000. 10th in the 500.
Go to the start.
I feel like the hearts are still breaking of the fans here for Smetting a moment ago with the disqualification.
Ready.
Clean start. Botman on the inner, Kim in the outer. Pair number 9 of the women's 500. 10.6 flat for Baran, 10.61 for Kim. Kim was 10.63 yesterday, Baran was 10.57. Samson, since 38.05, is still leading here in the second version of the 500. Will it be teased here? 38.04 by 1/100th. Baran with the fastest time thus far through 17 skaters.
We have a new fastest time set by Martina Baran-Polska. 100 of a second above her yesterday's 500 meter
So
time.
Baran pips Samson.
4 is a new time to beat for the flower ceremony of the 500 meters.
And again,
And it was the third
yesterday, Lee went sub 38, Lamar,
taking over the lead.
Fletteris, Nogal, Schulting, and then Caulk went sub 37. The track record of 36.67. We'll see her in a matter of moments.
Republic of China, number 9 of the classification. Yesterday, 38.07.
10th pair,
Ruining.
number 9 coming in. Tian Ruin of China finished 9th in the 500, 19th though in the 1,000. And here is Lee Na-hyun. She was top 5 in the 500 yesterday. She was consistent across that race.
Go to the start.
5th fastest opener and the 4th fastest full lap. Led her to a 37.82.
Ready.
So off we go. Lee and Tian. 10.59 for Lee, 10.61 for Tian. Lee just a hair off of her first 100 yesterday, but in excellent shape. Tian providing the draft. Lee crosses through the corner. Takes a lead on Tian. Charging for the finish. Will it be another sub 38? No, 38 on the nose. 38 flat for Lee. Tian comes home 3,500s beyond that. So there is your new fastest time here in the second running of the 500. So Lee, 1,800s off her time from yesterday. And now we get to the final 3 pairs. And the 5th overall position will be featured in this race in the outer lane. Yamada Rio from Japan will start in the inner at a 38.37 yesterday, but she did her damage in the 1,000 to get back inside the top 10. She's 8th coming in. Beatrice Lamarche from Canada, sitting behind the 3 Dutch skaters and Zelmak Nogal. Lamarche right now 5th overall. 26-year-old finished 7th at the Olympics in the 500 meter. But for Lamarche, if she can improve on her opener, she was 12th fastest yesterday.
Ready.
That's where she'll try to make up some time. She was 10.64 for the opener, Lamarche. That was 12th of the 27 skaters. If she can be at that 10.5 range, she's a little bit slower though, 10.67. Her full lap was top 5, Lamarche, but slower in the opening 100 today. Yamada with a little bit of a gap. Lamarche trying to chase. Through the corner. And Lamarche will seize the lead, coming to the line. And Lamarche beats her time from yesterday, and she goes sub 38 again. A huge full lap by Lamarche. That 27:19, that would have been the 4th fastest of anybody yesterday. She was 27:27 yesterday, so a little bit slower at the outset, a little bit faster with a full lap. And Lamarche goes below 38 again. Fastest time with 2 pairs to go. And our first skater below 38 today. So 2 last pairs. And our overall number 3 and 4 after the first 2 events. And the first of the 3 Dutch skaters we'll see in the next couple of minutes. And the 24-year-old. There it's Flederis. Huge ovation. She's 3rd overall. Finished 4th in the 500, 4th in the 1,000 yesterday. And here is one of the faster openers we will see. Galia, a 10:35 opener. That was second only to Femke Caulk's 10:19. Nogal overall 4th.
Ready.
Flederis did her damage on the full lap. She was one of 3 skaters below 27. She was a bit sluggish off the line. If she can hang close with Zalmak Nogal, she'll have a shot. 10:43 for Zalmak Nogal. A little bit slower than yesterday. And Flederis, 10:75. That's 1,500 slower. And now she will lead the way down the back straight. The chase by Zalmak Nogal. The crowd elevating Flederis. Right now, the Dutch are 1, 2, 3 on the world sprint podium. Zalmak Nogal, though, trying to pull away and will claim the pair in 37.59. And Flederis to 37.69. So both of the skaters about 2/10 off of where they were yesterday. But those are the fastest 2 we've seen on day 2. Zalmak Nogal 37.59, Flederis 37.69, and Lamarche 37.86. The 3 skaters below 38 seconds with 1 final pair, and this is a heavyweight final pair in the women's 500. How loud will this roar by the crowd be when they introduce Femke Caulk and Susanne Schulting? Let's listen in. One legend in Dutch short track speed skating and one emerging legend in Femke Caulk. Both Olympic champions. Caulk just won the 500 2 weeks ago. She's halfway to a world championship. Uh-oh. That'll add some layers of drama. You cannot write anything in stone.
Crossing the line.
And closing to the line against Caulk. That's the same thing we saw from Smeding a moment ago. And Smeding could not prevent it from happening again. Nothing is preordained here in Heerenveen quite yet.
Ready.
And it is a clean start. Here we go, Femke Caulk, Susanne Schulting. It is a heavyweight final pair in the women's 500. Caulk in the white armband, and the other goes out in 10:26. Fastest time, 700 slower than yesterday. Schulting in 10.58. There goes Caulk down the back straight. Eyes laser focused. Schulting trying to make a move in the inner. Caulk will straighten up down the home straight. She has Schulting in the bag. Here's Femke Caulk to the line. It's a 36.76. 900ths off of the track record that she set yesterday. A 37.48 for Schulting. And despite a nervy false start a moment ago for Femke Caulk, the Olympic champion is one race away from becoming the world sprint champion. How stiff was that toe of the blade of Femke Caulk holding in front of the line after the false start? But she held it and then delivered again. Peak of the clock. Oh, baby. She's 1,000 meters away from Dutch immortality. And a warm down lap on the ice in front of the fans. That's the end of the women's 500. And Femke Caulk is just a 1,000 meter race away from becoming the world sprint champ. And now a discussion, oh my gosh, what happened with my blade? But she said after the first two races yesterday that hearing the announcement and all the introductions of all the accolades that she has amassed over the course of her career, and especially this year, hearing the public address announcer call her Olympic champion, that gave her some chills yesterday. Heard it again today, and you saw a little kind of crease of smile, a little smirk on her face when, she will forever be named Olympic champion. There are the results from the 500 meter. Caulk, Schulting, Zymach-Nogal, 1, 2, 3. And the second page, and you see Smenning at the bottom DQ'd on that second false start. And now the overall standings. And it is Caulk's world championship to claim. Really anything but a false start, DQ, or a fall. And outside of that, nobody's going to stand in the way of Femke Caulk. She's almost 3.8 points clear of Susanne Schulting in second position. So one more cool down, one more rest and recovery. We'll see Femke Caulk skate for a world title in about an hour. So the men are up next in the 500. There was no resurfacing of the ice yesterday between the women's 5 and the men's 5. And boy, what a treat for these fans to see Schulting and Caulk in the same final pair. They're going to be treated to just another delicious all-you-can-eat buffet with Ning Nabau and Jordan Stolz in the final pair coming up in about, 20 minutes or so on the men's side in the 500. That won't solve anything, but it certainly will give us a good idea where Jordan Stolz is as far as his form. He skated well yesterday, but Ning Nabau was in a different universe for those two races. But they've had a chance to work with their coaches. They've had a chance to get some rest and focus on what needs to be done. And how will Ning Nabau skate with the weight on his shoulders of him leading when everybody expected coming in that Jordan Stolz would be on top going into the final day. Here are the current standings on the men's side through two of the first four events. Ning Nabau, 66 hundredths of a point clear of Staltz. Ning from China in third. And the start list for the men's 500. Cedric Brunette was impressive yesterday from Canada. And we'll see Cooper McLeod of the U.S. in pair 7, and there it is, pair 13. Jordan Staltz, Yenny Nabau, Staltz in the inner, Nabau in the outer. So don't go anywhere. It's on the way. I mean, it's 15, maybe minutes away from, I mean, I won't call it the most anticipated race of the day because we're going to have another one coming up in the 1,000 meter, but there are some highly anticipated pairs over the course of this afternoon as Jordan Staltz on the bike preparing.
We're ready for race number 1.
So right now it's Nabau, Staltz, Ning, Venemars, and Dubre, the top 5.
Let's welcome on the inner lane.
And 1 point,
Yesterday's 500 in 36.64.
1.4 points separates first through fifth. And let's get ready for the opening pair. Becce Botman of Hungary with a 36.64 yesterday. And he's matched up against Ignaz Svetner.
Go
Opening
to the
pair of
start.
the men's 500.
Ready.
So off we go, opening pair of the men's 500. Becce in the inner, Svetner in the outer. A 9.93 for Svetner. 600 shy of where he was yesterday. A 10.44 for Becce. He had the slowest opener of anybody yesterday at 10.41. And Svetner straightens out, swings the limbs, and comes to the line. And in 35.97, Ignaz Svetner of Austria. 200s slower than yesterday. 35.95 versus 35.97.
Niet helemaal tevreden gezien, maar genieten van het publiek. 17 Olympiërs aan de start ook bij de mannen.
Just scanning down the updated start list, it looks like Morishige Wataru of Japan has pulled out. He was scheduled to go in pair 4, so they've readjusted. 13 pairs now instead of 14. And here we go to pair number 2. Also Galia, 35.49 yesterday. And there's the 31-year-old Belgian, Matthias Voste, a 3-time Olympian. At 35.74 yesterday.
Go to the start.
He is 23rd overall. Galia 26th. Staltz is waiting for the elevator.
Ready.
Called back. Goes against Galia. Like just a little flinch in that back right leg. The elevator has arrived for the 2-time Olympic champion.
False start. Inner lane. Go to the start. Ready.
Fair start. Galia, the 25-year-old from Kazakhstan, on the right of your screen. Vanote from Belgium on the left. A 9.88 for Galia. The Thorp Stadium fans will bring them home in pair 2. Galia claiming the pair with Vanote. 35-45 for Galia. Slightly faster than yesterday by 4/100ths. Frankly, I haven't seen a lot of skaters go faster than their times from 24 hours ago. Not on the women's side, a handful. And again, the stamina, how the body bounces back, how the legs feel. Lost a little bit of time there, Galia. And this is demanding. Pair 3. And the Norwegian fans will rise to their feet again. And Rukka. There they are, saluting the 29-year-old two-time Olympian. And here's always a fan favorite, Neil Izquierdo from Spain. 23-year-old, racing the 500 at his first Olympics a couple of weeks ago. Pair number 3.
Ready.
Now, both of the openers from these two skaters yesterday were in that upper 9.8, low 9.9 range. Laurent Dubray was the fastest at 9.51. There we see the times again. 9.94 Rukka, 9.8 Izquierdo. Rukka. Izquierdo bends around the last corner. Izquierdo with a slight lead and started to pull away. And drawing to line, nearly up Izquierdo at 35-20. 400ths faster than yesterday's time. Rukka 35.47. So getting his first blush through the women's 500 and now through the first 3 pairings of the men's 500. I mean, we're seeing almost identical times, even from the openers to the full lap so far from almost all of these skaters. As Nabau gets focused in and Staltz laces up. Now to pair number 4. There's the American, Conor McDermott, Mahoski, 27-year-old. At a 35.65 yesterday. He's 24th position so far. Here's Moritz Klein, 21st overall. But these two were back in the pack in the 500 yesterday.
Ready.
Now each of these two yesterday were over 10 seconds with their openers. McDermott Mahoski was 10.27. He was faster than only one. We'll see if he can improve on that. Certainly Klein does at 9.94, but a 10.59 for McDermott Mahoski. And Klein leads the charge on the back straight. Klein coming through, easing his way through this pair against McDermott Mostoe. And we'll check the time for Klein, 35.41. So he's 0.12 faster than yesterday. McDermott Mostoe finishes in 36.64. Just didn't have any speed coming off of the line. And that first 100 meters slayed him. And again, sometimes you try and bounce back after 2 tough races. Yesterday, the body just doesn't, maybe it feels okay, but it just does not execute like you normally would expect. Could have been the culprit for McDermott Mostoe.
It's now time to move on to race
So
number
Klein right now, second best so far as we move now to pair number 5.
In pair number 5, the inner lane representing Germany. Yesterday's 500.
There's
35.50.
Hendrik Dombeck.
Hendrik Dombeck.
28-year-old Dombeck, 19th overall. And here is Cedric Brunette. We talked about the kind of pedestrian openers in that last pair. Well, Brunette surprisingly was the 5th fastest opener of anybody on the men's side of the 500 yesterday at 9:63. Trying to do better to hold the speed here today.
Ready.
And off the line goes Brunette on the left side of your screen. Dombeck hanging close with him. And Cedric Brunette at a 9.74. So he's off by a couple of tenths from yesterday's time. Dombeck at 9.98. The crossover in the back. Was it by design for Brunette? Maybe he went out too fast yesterday, saved a little bit for the full lap. We'll see if it plays out in his time. Brunette is going to win the pair in 35.16. Still about 2 tenths slower than yesterday's time. He does win the pair handily. But again, the opener slower than yesterday for Brunette. Unable to build the speed up. But the fastest so far of the opening 10 skaters.
Also takes over the leading position in the overall standings. Now second, Mahoski Klein third, which is also our top 3 in this 500 meter.
A wry smile there by Cedric Brunette. We'll see Botman, we'll see Venemars, and we'll see Nabau. And Jordan Staltz in the final pair. Thoughts to himself on what needs to be done. We'll get more into it as the pair arrives, but Staltz will absolutely have to win that pair against Nabau. All right, pair 6. Daniel Di Stefano from Italy. Interesting number coming out of yesterday for Di Stefano. In the 1,000 for the men yesterday, Nabau had the fastest final lap. Who had the second fastest final lap of the 1,000 yesterday? Di Stefano did. Faster than Venemars, faster than Staltz, faster than Ning. We'll see him in the 500 against Cho Yang-uk. Di Stefano finished 8th in the 1,000. Was 26th though, out of the 28 in the 500.
Ready.
Starter's whistle for false starts to get in a workout. I didn't track yesterday, but what, maybe 1 false start? We've had at least 4 here today. Yeah. Body fatigue there, see the little flinch. Both knees from Cho. It could be physical fatigue, could be mental fatigue, could be a combination of both.
Go to the start. ready,
Off without incident. Cho on the outer. Di Stefano on the inner. It's a 9.88 versus a 10.43 for Di Stefano. It was 10.23 yesterday, which is one of the slowest first 100 meters. Now a bit of a log jam down that back straight. Watch out here. Just clearing was Cho. Saw that a couple of times yesterday as well. Cho in the clear. And we will finish it at 35.27. 35.88 for Di Stefano. Di Stefano 1200s softer than yesterday. Cho had a 35.12 yesterday. So Cho at that time third. There's that log jam in the back straight we saw, I think, 3 times now over the course of the first couple of days.
In the overall classification is our number 3 on the 500. Brunette is leading.
Ning getting ready. We'll see him in the penultimate pair. Ning overall number 3. Pair number 7, the American Cooper McLeod of the United States, 16th position. At a 35.03 yesterday. So the 24-year-old from the United States. And Marek Kanye from Poland will match up with him in this pair. Kanye, a 2-time Olympian. He was in the final pair yesterday of the 500, opposite of Morishige.
go to the starts.
Kanye, 14th position. There's our leader.
Ready,
McLeod and Kanye, pair 7. McLeod first to the 100 meters by 5/100ths over Kanye. 9.83 for Cooper McLeod. 800ths off of his time yesterday. Now through the back straight, Kanye going without the goggles. Bears his way through the corner in front of McLeod. And the final few meters, Kanye will win at 34.77. New fastest time we've seen so far today in the 500. McLeod, 35.09, second fastest. McLeod, 35.03 yesterday. Kanye, 34.87. So Kanye drops a 10th off his time. Again, one of the few so far who has lowered his time from 24 hours ago. Nice exchange between those two on the ice. And if the fans are not near their seats, they should settle in soon because the heavy hitters are on the way and a can't-miss pair about 5 minutes away. Here's pair 8. From Poland, it's Mahoski, 3-time Olympian. Just missed the podium twice in Beijing in 22. And Mahoski, nice ovation. 12th position overall. And from Japan, Nomura Tayo. 13th place through the first 2 events.
go to the starts. Ready,
So it's Mahoski and Lamar, pair 8. A 9.77 for Mahoski. Matched his opener from yesterday to the nanosecond. 9.93 on Maro. Mahoski will close in the outer. Tight against the line, straightens out, little stray ball on Maro. And it will be Piotr Mahoski in 34.67. And he is your new day 2 500-meter leader. He shaves 5/100ths off of his time yesterday.
34.67, faster than yesterday in a full lap of 24.9. Great performance by the Polish champion, Piotr Mahoski.
So Mahoski takes that pair with Maro. 5 pairs lap, and now how about a decibel check for the fans? All of the Dutch fans and the Norwegian fans as Nabau and Staltz getting ready. They are the World Championship gold, silver, and bronze. But how loud will the arena get for these two? Botman of the Netherlands, Bjorn Magnussen from Norway. Deep respect, deep appreciation, deep rivalries between the Dutch and the Norwegian on the oval.
Representing Norway is the number 11 of our current standings. Yesterday's 500 in 34.84 for two-time national champion Bjorn Magnussen.
There's Bjorn Magnussen, 11th overall. Botman sitting 7th after the first 2 events.
Go to the start.
He finished top 10, actually top 8 in each of the events yesterday.
Ready.
And off we go. Botman, the 25-year-old. Magnussen, the 2-time Olympian from Norway, 28. Racing down the opening 100 meters at 9.64 for Magnussen. That's quicker than yesterday by 700ths. A 9.88 for Botman. Now on the chase. Magnussen whipping the arms. Botman through the corner. Here comes Magnussen on the inner. And he looks strong in this one. Bjorn Magnussen will win the pair for Norway. 34.54. 3/10 better than yesterday. And that is the best improvement we've seen from any skater in either gender so far today. That was an impressive turnaround by Magnussen. 34.54. Man, that's faster than Venemar's was yesterday. That time would have been 6th best yesterday in the 500. Again, not a lot of skaters improving in their time from yesterday. We'll see how that one holds up for Magnussen. Now to pair number 10. And you can just feel the fans revving up as they know what is closing in. Martin Lee from Estonia. He'll start in the inner. And Shinhama Tatsuya, the world sprint champion 6 years ago. He's 29 now. Shinhama 10th position coming into today. Leave is right now 6th. He made us some good ground in the 1,000-meter yesterday. Martin Leave in the inner, Shinhama in the outer.
Ready.
Now Shinhama's going to come off always as one of the fastest first 100 meters in this 500-meter race. He was 9.57 yesterday, fourth fastest, and he's 9.64 today. So just off a 9.81 for Leave. So Shinhama will draft off of Leave through the back straight, navigate the corner, and the former world sprint champion with the lead out of the corner over Leave, and Shinhama will bring it home in 34.53. Fastest today, 1/100th off of his time yesterday. So again, generally speaking, we're just not seeing a lot of time dropped off at all by these skaters, either right on or slightly behind. That will be put, though, to the test, these final three pairs. 34.53, the leader in this second 500-meter race. Only 4 skaters yesterday went below 34.5. You're looking at one of them, Jordan Staltz. But Nabau broke Stolz's track record with a 33.78 yesterday. 11th pair, 3 to go. And here is Laurent Dubray of Canada, 5th position overall. He was the leader in the 500 yesterday for a while until Staltz and Ning and Nabau got through with him. There's Laurent Dubray soaking it all in, just as he did yesterday. Showed his appreciation and love to the Dutch fans after his 500 appearance. And Dubray right now 5th. Coup Kyungmin in 9th position at a 34.73 yesterday.
Go to the start.
Now Dubray was the fastest opener of all of the men's 500 skaters yesterday. At a 9.51, Staltz was 9.52. He will need to replicate that.
Ready.
All right, off goes Dubray in the inner, Coup in the outer. If Dubray's in that 9.5 or 9.55 range, I mean, he's looking for maybe a podium finish. There it is, 9.51 again for Dubray. Matches the fastest men's opener here, the World Sprint Champs. A 9.79 for Coup. And he'll have a tough time drafting it all off of Dubray. Look at him wide in this lead. Laurent Dubray bringing it home, and he's bringing some speed with him. Coup trying to close. Here's the Canadian Dubray in 34.32. Well, he matched his opener from yesterday. The full lap slightly slower. And one more chef's kiss to the Dutch fans. Yeah, look at that appreciation. We will see Dubray one more time today in the 1,000. Again, we talked about this earlier. He was asked in the days leading up to the event, kind of what success would look like for him. He said, well, I'm probably maybe 5th in terms of reaching the podium. He's put himself in position for a medal finish at this World Sprint Championships. And now we get to the 12th pair of 13. And here are the number 3 and number 4 World Championship contenders coming into this race. Here's the Olympic champ, Ning Zhongyan from China. Olympic gold in the 1500. He is sitting 3rd overall behind Nabau and Staltz. And Ning had the 2nd fastest full lap in the 500 behind Nabau yesterday. And here's Joop Venemars. Look at him exhort the crowd along. Help me out, he says. He's in 4th.
Go to the start. Ready.
And off we go. Venomars and Ning. Venomars at 34.57 yesterday, which was 7th in the 500, but he made up a lot of ground in the 1,000. If he can close down that time and put up a good number here, he's going to have a podium shot. But it's Ning right now in charge of this pair. Out of the corner, Venomars trying to close in the inner. He's got a shot here. Venomar and Ning right across, tethered across the ice. Ning will beat him to the line, but the time is off. 34.65 Ning, 34.77 Venomars. So they're both down by about 2/10 from yesterday. And it just looks like for a lot of these skaters, the body just has not fully recovered from the daunting 2 races yesterday. Look at this great finish. Ning, just in the final about 5 or 10 meters, stretches to the pair win. All right, we have heard this Thorp Stadium blow the roof off in terms of decibels. This may trump them all. It is the final pair of the men's 500, the 2-time Olympic champion and prohibitive favorite to the World Sprint Championships coming into this weekend from the United States, Jordan Staltz, who is in 2nd place behind Nabau by 66 hundredths of a point. Staltz finished 2nd to Nabau in the 500 yesterday, where Nabau broke Stoltz's track record. And Staltz finished behind Nabau in the 1,000 as well. And you judge how loud this ovation is for Yanni Nabau, an emerging Dutch superstar. How did he sleep last night? Where's the tension in his shoulders and in his body? We'll soon find out.
Go to the start.
This is the race of the championships. Your leader, Yanni Nabau, and Jordan Staltz, a close second. Truly a must-win race for the American.
Ready.
Nabau has beaten Staltz twice yesterday. Can he do it again? Away we go, Nabau and Staltz. And coming to the line, 9.59. It is dead even. Staltz 700 softer than yesterday. Nabau 6 100ths off. Down the back straight. The draft by Nabau, your World Sprint Championships leader, coming around the corner. Little stumble. That hand almost went down a couple of times, but Yanni Nabau straightens out. He's in the lead on Staltz again. Staltz is trying to hunt him down. He won't do it. Yanni Nabau goes sub 34 and takes a massive step toward the World Sprint Championship. He vanquishes Jordan Staltz for the 3rd time in 3 races in Heerenveen. And the World Championship is in the palm of Yanni Nabau's hands with 1 race to come. The first 100 meters was an identical tie at 9.59, but this is the draft where Yanni Nabau won the race. Tight with Staltz. Looked like he nearly kind of lost it. Looked like that middle finger on that left hand went down on the ice twice, but kept with that huge speed around the corner, kept his balance, and dethroned Staltz yet again. And he's 1,000 meters away. And these 2 outstanding competitors, the world's best and good friends, share a word on their warm down lap. And I think we now know how Yanni Nabau slept last night. The only skater to go sub 34. He does it again. He broke Staltz's track record yesterday. Came up a little bit short here today, but that's irrelevant. Beating Staltz, pushing Jordan Staltz further away from the lead with one event left. It will take, it really will take just a huge, massive mistake by Nabau in the 1,000 meter to deny him what looks like the inevitable. So that's the result in the 500 meters. And then we will get you the up-to-the-date consolidated standings through 3 of the 4 events. And here they are. It was a 66/100th of a point lead for Nabau. It is now 1.8 over Jordan Staltz. And Staltz, the 2-time Olympic champion in the 500 and the 1,000, he will need a superhuman effort and maybe even a little help after that from Yamada and Lamar to claim the world sprint title. Again, that is coming up in an hour. And now Yamada and Lamar will go mentally prep one more time because immortality at a world sprint championship awaits him. Runner-up to Staltz twice in the Olympics. This weekend in Heerenveen, runner-up no more. They will resurface the ice. We'll take a break and we'll come back and we will crown the World Sprint Championship royalty. The women's and the men's 1,000 meter on the way, and champions will follow. Is it Yamada and Lamar and Femke Caulk? Certainly looks like it is. A lot of work to do for Staltz with one race to come. Stay tuned.
The second 1,000 meters is the fourth distance of the tournament. En dat betekent, Geert, dat we even vooruit gaan blikken natuurlijk. En die stopt in dat klassement. 1, 2, 3 voor Nederland. Wat kan er nog van achteruit gaan gebeuren? Ja, dat is natuurlijk Lamar. Goede 1000 meter reis op de 5e plek. Staat 18e, moet hij goed maken. Maar Parafladeres die derde staat. Het verschil tussen Parafladeres en KSU brengt de nummers 3 en 4 is maar een paar honderdste. Nummers 2, Schulting lijkt best wel veilig daar te staan. Het verschil tussen de nummers 2 en 1 Femke Caulk. Een voorsprong van 3 seconden en 16e. Ah, dat zijn we op de voorsprong. Geert, hij was voormalig kampioen. Deze sprintafstanden, de 1000 meter, dat is een moeilijke afstand. 2,5 ronde. En zeker aan het eind van het toernooi, dan zie je toch wel dat hier en daar wat energie weg is. En vooral natuurlijk heel veel respect voor Schulting en Maro is. Want die hebben natuurlijk afgelopen weekend ook nog zo'n sprint vierkant gereden. En dat ze er zo goed voor staan is echt bijzonder. En dat gaan we ook zien in de komende 1000 meter. Zie wat er nog in de tank zit. Waar zien we er in de tank zit? In de afsluitende 1000 meter. We gaan zo het fluitsignaal horen van onze starter. Daar was hij. Ik denk dat we in de laatste minuut zitten. Less than 1 minute to go for the conclusive distance.
And welcome back to Heerenveen in the Netherlands, Tialf Stadium. The start list for the final event of the World Sprint Championships, the women's 1,000 meter. And Femke Caulk is in line to become the world champion. So one race remaining. And where the Dutch have been dominant so far this weekend. Caulk, Schulting, Fletcher is still 1, 2, 3. Magnogal is 4th for Poland. Lamarche of Canada right now in 5th position entering this final event. I mean, what an honor to be witness to some of these races we've seen today. And it's not over yet, but the Dutch have certainly solidified their chances to take world titles in both the men's and the women's side unless something absolutely unforeseen happens. But that Nabau Staltz 500-meter race was epic. And Femke Caulk and Susanna Schulting in the last pair of the 500.
To the start.
It'll be Caulk and Flannery coming up in the final pair in this 1,000-meter. And yet again, Madison Pearman of Canada, a smile on her face as she is the sole introduction once again. 1,000-meter. We are now down to 23 skaters still active for the women's sprint championships. So here again is Madison Pearman, absorbing all of the energy and just the great atmosphere here in Heerenveen this week. A 10,000-kilometer flight from Canada to the Netherlands just a couple of days ago. Surely not even over jet lag yet. But here she is in her final lap and a half of the World Sprint Championships. And there's the bell for Pearman. 48.57 for Pearman. She was 118.96 yesterday. Have to imagine this energy and this atmosphere beats an empty Alberta venue where she had been training. And so here comes Pearman on the way home. And the crowd brings Pearman to the line. And she will clock a 120.62. So what an experience for Pearman.
Third appearance in the World Sprint Championships, number 12 in 2022. Great performance, well done.
Skaters getting ready for one last race, one last bit of focus. And for almost all of these skaters, their season will end in a matter of minutes. Jordan Stoltz, however, on the men's side is still scheduled to race the men's all around over the weekend, tomorrow and Sunday. Yu Shui from China in pair 2. Now they have yet to post the men's 1,000-meter start list for their last race. Will we see Stoltz and Nabau one more time? Only the officials know at this point. We'll pass that along as soon as we know.
Ready.
So off we go, pair 2, Franson and Yu. 12 pairs in the women's 1,000. Femke Caulk will be in the final pair. Schulting and Zamek Nogal will be in the 11th pair. There's a look at the teenager from China. Mainly in the B division of the World Cup last year. And the bell lap for you. 46.90 with one lap to come. You're right now 21st overall. She finished at the bottom of the pack in the 1,000 yesterday, trying though to win her pair. And again, you see the body starts beginning to give out a little bit after a long couple of days of skating, and you will win the pair. 119.78. That's an improvement of almost 2 seconds from yesterday. Oh, to be 19 again. Tired? I'm not tired.
Better than yesterday for both skaters. And
And they have just posted the pairings for the men's 1,000. Staltz and Venomars will be in the 12th pair. Nabau and Dubray will be in the final pair. Just posted. So Staltz and Nabau will not be in the same 1,000-meter pairing to determine the world sprint champion. So there you have it. Breaking news. Isabel Van Elst from Belgium in the third pair, opposite of Sarah Warren of the United States.
1919 for Sarah Warren, USA.
Long road to Milano Cortina for Sarah Warren, well documented. And now wrapping up her World Championships in Heerenveen.
Ready.
Van Elst 19th position coming into this final event. Warren is 22nd. And seemingly with every passing race, now that we are reaching the crescendo of the World Sprint Championship, will be decided over the next 20 to 45 minutes. This crowd is really getting into full voice. Whole new group of elite speed skaters will be on this ice over the weekend for the all-round. $28.97 for Warren, $28.19 for Van Elst. The first lap by Warren is almost identical to yesterday. So take the late draft off of Van Elst. So Van Elst and Warren around the final corner of their final events. And it will be Isabel Van Elst of Belgium. A 1:17.28 for Van Elst. A 1:19.71 for Warren, about a half second off of her time yesterday. The door closes, heading down toward the ice for Femke Caulk. Fourth pair, Chinese Taipei and Japan represented. There is Kikuchi Sumire. 18th position coming in. Chen Yingchu in 20th position after 3 events.
Go to the start. Ready.
Fourth pair underway at Kikuchi and Chen. $18.42 for Chen. She went out fairly briskly yesterday and then really faded back to next to last over the final couple of laps. We haven't seen blitzing times in day 2 here on the Tialf ice. It's a lot to ask for the body to come back with a 500 and 1,000 yet again. 47.03 for Kikuchi, 1,300s on top of Chen. This is pair 4. Last corner, Kikuchi breaking away. And Kikuchi Sumire in 117.90 wins the pair. At a 120.13 for Chen, about a half second better than yesterday. Four pairs down. Stone cold chilling. Nabau on his phone, is resting and relaxing, getting mentally focused. He's about an hour away from potentially becoming the world sprint champ. Pair 5. Ilyashenko from Kazakhstan, Vanote from Belgium. Ilyashenko has acquitted herself well, 15th overall coming in. Vanote, the 22-year-old from Belgium. European champ in inline skating for Vanote.
Go to the start. Ready.
Fifth pair of 12 for the women. Again, it's the Dutch of the Dutch. Top 3 spots in the podium. Caulk, Schulting, Fletterus. Ilyashenko in the inner, Vanote right there in the outer. 18.6 for Vanote, 18.65 for Ilyashenko. Kind of right in line with their numbers yesterday. Vanote in front. She was 28.15 with her first full lap yesterday. Goes 28.24 today. Vanote pulling away from Ilyashenko. Again, on the women's side, we've seen a little attrition in the field. Pergera dropped out before the open event yesterday. Eagle and Aaron Jackson pull out before today began. Then we had the unfortunate disqualification of Elia Smeding of Great Britain with her second DQ just in advance of the 500 today. So she is out as well, which is why now we're down to just 23 skaters here in this final event. Vanote claims the 5th pair. Ilyashenko 117.57, Vanote 117.80. As we move now to pair number 6. Sophia Thorp, the European champ representing Denmark now. The mass start champion in shocking fashion a little more than a month ago. Thorp right now 12th overall through 3 events. And from Germany, Anna Ostländer. She is 14th coming in. Ostländer, though, in the 1,000 top 10 finish yesterday.
Go to the start. Ready.
These two competitors were in the same pair in the women's 500 yesterday. Ostländer started in the inner. She starts in the outer here against Thorp. Thorp pipped her in the 500. And she's out in 18:15. It's about 0.2 faster than yesterday. Oslander, hands on her back. Thorp already churning the right arm. Thorp going out clearly more determined today. 27.55 for Thorp. That's about 0.4 faster than yesterday, so she's out quick. But she faded over the final 400 yesterday. We'll see what the legs have left for Sophia Thorp. Out very fast through the first 600 meters. The leader so far in this 1,000 is 1:17.28. She was a second to the good. And here comes Sophia Thorp looking strong to the line, and she's in front. 1:15.92. And for Thorp, that is a 1.5 seconds better than yesterday. Fantastic race for Sophia Thorp. That was a different approach by Thorp. Let's go out quick. Why not? Last race of the year. Go for it. And she did. And was paid the dividends. So Thorp right now in front. You see Susanna Schulting in pair 11. Schulting almost 2 points behind Femke Caulk. But again, anything can happen. Lidoris right now third. Caulk, the decisive leader. Pair 7. Tian Runin from China. Kubo Anna from Japan. And a shot at a top 10 finish for Tian Runin. It all really is contingent on how she fares here in the 1,000. Finished just inside 1:18 yesterday. Good for 19th place in the 1,000. And here is Kubo Anna, 13th overall for the 21-year-old.
Go to the start. Ready.
So off we go in pair 7. Tian from China in the inner, and Kubo of Japan in the outer. And when you look at their races yesterday, Tian went out fairly quickly, but hit the wall hard in her final 400 meters. She dropped about 3.5 seconds from first lap to last lap, where Kubo was a lot more balanced. She's about 1.7 between lap to lap. And Tian leads the charge down the back straight. And the bell lap, Tian 46.33, about a 0.5 seconds up on Kubo. But now let's see how Tian's stamina and body hold up. This is where Kubo kind of flattened out the numbers yesterday to pass a number of skaters. And you can see Tian is really grimacing. And Kubo, in comparison, looks quite fresh. And Kubo in front. And the last 400 meters will lead to a solid finish again for Kubo Anna, 1:17.09. She picks up 0.8 seconds on that last lap with Tian. But Thorp still leading, 5 pairs left. Kubo with that time of 1:17.09 is now second thus far through the first 13 skaters. And the last minute preparation begins. And the early salute from the Dutch fans. Pair number 8, Yamada Rio of Japan.
The Olympic 1,000 meter. Yesterday, 1,000 in 1:16.12 for Yamada Rio.
The top 10 finish from Milano Cortina in both the 1,000 and the 500. And matched up with Martina Baran of Poland.
So number 10 of our current ranking.
Baran, the 25-year-old, right now in the top 10. She's 10th overall. Yamada is 8th.
Go to the start.
So this was the event yesterday that really caused Baran some problems. A 21st place finish. This was Yamada's best. So the start is away. Yamada opens in the inner, Baran on the outer. Yamada was a 1:16.12 yesterday, which was good for 8th out of the 27 skaters. 17:87, the opening 2 for Baran. And she went out fairly quickly yesterday as well. Yamada was a little bit more balanced, as she is once again here today. And Yamada maintaining the speed. A 27:46 lap for Yamada. That's about 3/10 faster than yesterday. And Yamada still looking fresh. Now, if Yamada can hold the speed, she dropped about 2.5 seconds lap to lap yesterday. She can thin that down. She might have a chance to take down Thorp and solidify perhaps a top 8, top 7 finish here at the Worlds. Here comes Yamada. Thorp was 1:15.92, and Yamada takes it down by almost 3/4 of a second. A 1:15.19 for Yamada. And right now, your overall leader, but 8 skaters to go. Good to see that type of effort on the last race from Yamada. Again, very few times today have we seen times come in faster and beneath the numbers from yesterday. But the 4th very taxing race on the bodies of all of these best skaters in the world.
Conclusive 1,000 meter. Yamada Rio and also leading in the overall ranking. 4 more pairs to go. 8 skaters to go.
Pair number 9 of 12. 4 pairs left. We'll see Lee Na-hyun from Korea. Julie Nistad Samson from Norway. Samson right now is 9th. And Lee right now 6th overall for the 20-year-old. Let's see what kind of effort Lee can put together here. A top 5 finish, while unlikely, is still possible though. And you see now in that graphic the time to lead, 1:14.0 for Samson. The Norwegian flags waved here in Heerenveen. Samson, 2-time Olympian. Lee had a 9th place finish in the 1,000 in Italy a couple of weeks back. Signaled against Samson.
Power start out lane, no steeple.
It's like a little hitch in that back heel,
Go
the
to the
right boot.
start. Ready.
It is a clean start, Lee and Samson. And the Norwegian fans making a lot of noise for their final female skater of the World Sprint Championships.
Pair number 9. Opening lines here. Lee Na-hyun at 18.07. Samson 18.33.
18:07 for Lee, 18:33 for Samson. Now the draft for Samson. There are the proud Norwegian fans. infiltrating Thorp Stadium. The bell lap. Lee in front by about a third of a second. One last cross. Samson trying to hang on, but Lee will finish on the inner. And Lee is going to have the advantage exiting the corner. So here comes the 20-year-old Lee Na-hyun in the clear. Both arms swinging, and a 1:16.14. That's about a full second behind Yamada's time. And now 3 pairs left. So Leah 1:16.14, kind of right in line 4 100ths away from her time yesterday. That's going to keep her probably in that 6th spot, 5th, 6th, 7th. We'll see how Lamar's fares. She's going to be in this next pair. Lamar's currently sitting in 5th position. Lamar's is about 65 hundredths of a point ahead of Lee for 5th. It'll be Lamarche against Kim Min-soon of Korea. So here's Lamarche. Finished 3rd in the 1,000 yesterday. And just a very consistent race. One of the fastest openers and had the 3rd fastest first and second lap. And here's Kim Min-soon. 7th position overall.
Go to the start.
26-year-old, 3-time Olympian.
Ready.
Well, this would be some type of result for Lamarche if she can finish top 5 of the World Sprint Champs here. She has a real shot to do so. She was 1:14.75 yesterday. She opened in 17:77, which was 4th best. And she opens here in 17:80, so right at it. Now, when you talk about lap times from yesterday, Femke Caulk was the fastest full lap and the fastest second lap. Fletcher has had the fastest, the second fastest first lap. Lamarche was 3rd, and then Schulting had the second fastest final lap ahead of Lamarche. But Lamarche was very consistent yesterday. She was 27:10 yesterday. She's 27:31 today. And she's up 9/10 on Kim in the pair. Now, can she maintain that stability here? The final cross. Finishing on the inner for Beatrice Lamarche. Through the corner, here comes Lamarche. Kim well behind. Both arms swing for Lamarche to the line in 1:15.10. Beatrice Lamarche, right now your leader with 4 skaters to go. So that will guarantee her a 5th place finish at worst. So Yamada 2nd, Thorp 3rd in this version of the 1,000. And now, folks, we are down to the final 2 pairs. And of the 4 skaters, 3 will be Dutch, and they are the current 1, 2, and 3 podium skaters. So get your flags ready, get your cameras ready. And here is the penultimate pair. Zamek Nogal from Poland. The 29-year-old is in 4th position at the moment. She finished 5th in the 1,000 yesterday. A couple of 3rd place finishes in the 500s. Zamek Nogal will start in the inner. And right now, in 2nd overall position. The Olympic star from short track converting to the long track and now making a real run At Femke Caulk this weekend, Susanne Schulting. At a 1:14.19, she has been runner-up to Caulk in each of the first 3 events. We will see Femke Caulk and Flederis in the final pair.
Ready.
Schulting trails Caulk by almost 2 full points into this final event, and off she goes, Susanne Schulting. With the deafening roar of the Thorp Stadium crowd. Schulting opened yesterday in 17.63. She's 2/10 short of that, but Nabau bursting out with a 17.6. Now Nabau put together a really solid first lap yesterday, but then faded in the final 400. Schulting, though, she knows how to race 1,000 meters, whether it's on the 111-meter track or the 400-meter oval. And Schulting is now in front. A 26.95 for Schulting. She was 27.19 yesterday. So maybe a little slower in the front end, more energy in the middle. Let's see what Schulting brings home. Only Caulk was faster than Schulting in the final pair yesterday. Here comes Susanne Schulting through the last corner, trying to put a little bit of pressure on Femke Caulk. Schulting's going to get it done in 1:14.12. Faster than yesterday by 7/100ths. She left it all on the ice. And she is your leader with 1 pair to go at the World Sprint Championships. And I'm telling you what, she is just getting better and better the more reps that she gets on the oval. I mean, watch out next cycle, right? She's 28, but she's still learning on the 400-meter track. But how far she has come in such a short period of time. And Schulting is guaranteed no worse than a World Sprint bronze. Likely silver, but who knows what happens here in the last pair. Because this World Sprint title is Femke Caulk's to lose. Or more appropriately, it's Femke Caulk's to win. When we saw Femke Caulk in the 500-meter earlier today, there was a false start. And here is her 1 minute toward destiny. And in the inner, right now, 3rd position, Maro and Flederis. And what a brilliant couple of days she has had on this Thorp ice. And one last seismic Olympic and world introduction for Femke Caulk, who is 1 minute away from history. And one more time, little smile on her face when they announce her as the Olympic champion.
Go to the start.
And all of the Dutch fans with bated breath, holding their breath for 1 minute and 14 seconds.
Ready.
Clean start. No false start this time, and Femke Caulk in the outer, in the red armband, off toward a world title. Caulk was the fastest opener yesterday, fastest first lap, fastest second lap in her domination, and she's out in 17.55, 800 slower than yesterday, but a careful first 200 meters for Femke Caulk. And now the race really begins. The crossover, Caulk will swerve into the inner with her eyes on the title. You can't hear yourself think at Thorp Stadium. It's a 26.80 for Caulk. That's faster than yesterday by 700ths. She is laying it all on the ice She will not back into a world championship. She will win this world sprint title. And here comes Femke Caulk, the 500-meter Olympic champion, skating toward her destiny. Caulk down the final straight to the line and sprints into history in a 1:13.38. Femke Caulk, the world sprint champion, undisputed, undeniable queen of sprints. This has been one of the most dominant sprint seasons in an Olympic year that we've seen. Femke Caulk in 7 500-meter World Cup events, won all 7. She went to the Olympics. She won gold in the 500, silver in the 1,000. And in each of the 4 events this weekend, Femke Caulk has seen no rival. And this is one of the sprint seasons on the women's side in speed skating. We haven't seen a year like this in a long, long time. Flag in hand, world sprint title now on her mantle. I mean, Femke Caulk left no doubts. From the opening gun of the first race yesterday, there was just no denying the supremacy of Femke Caulk. I mean, she is fire on ice, and it wasn't close. And what a Dutch weekend so far, and there's more to come. Flederis, brilliant these last 2 days. Susanna Schulting, magnificent, especially considered her fairly short history on the big oval. But the queen of the ice has the flag around her shoulders. Femke Caulk, what a weekend. Goodness. And the official results from the 1,000. Caulk by 74 hundredths of a second distances herself from Schulting, and almost 1.7 seconds ahead of Flederis. So a Caulk, Schulting, Flederis 1-2-3 finish, and that will also be the overall world sprint champion results. And Femke Caulk, who the last 2 world sprint championships has been a runner-up to Jutta Leerdam in 2022, runner-up in 2024 to Miho Takagi. Not this time, not this year. This has been the year of Femke. And the final results by better than 2.25 points. That's a wide margin in the sprints. So the Dutch sweep the podium. Caulk, Schulting, Flederis. Gold, silver, bronze. And now the off season can begin. Now the fun starts. And at least for a while, you can kind of lower the periscope on what's downrange in your career. And Femke Caulk will sign some autographs, take some selfies, and process just exactly what a Michelangelo type skating season this has been. So they will resurface the ice, and we'll do it one more time for the 1,000 meter for the men. Yenny Nabau in position to do what Femke Caulk has just claimed, World Sprint title in 2026. Stay tuned.
reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, the times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe that there were more, but now I look at the night and it don't seem so lonely. We fill it up with only two. And when I heard it runs off my shoulders, how can I hurt and hold you? Touching one, reaching out, sweet Caroline. Times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe that there were more. Oh no, no. One, two, say with me, sweet Caroline. The times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe that there were more.
Het dondert en het bliksemt en het regent meters bier. Het wordt dus pompen of verzuipen, dat is de enige manier om de juiste koers te varen met de wind in onze rug. Geniet met volle teugen, zulke tijd komt nooit terug. Behoed je voor het ergste, wees zeer goed voorbereid. Hou het hoofd maar boven water in deze turbulente tijd. Straks gaat het gebeuren, het is eens en dan nog meer. De hemel breekt pas open en dan gaat het hier tekeer. Het dondert en het bliksemt en het regent meters bier. Het wordt dus pompen of verzuipen, dat is de enige manier om de juiste koers te varen met de wind in onze rug.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the flower ceremony to recognize the winner of the second 500 and 1,000 meters of the ISU World Sprint Championships. Presenting the flowers today is 3 times Olympic gold medalist and a tee-off icon. Please welcome Marianne Timmer. And now, with a time at the 500 meters with 36.76 and a time at the 1,000 meters of 1:13.38, here in Heerenveen from the Netherlands, Femke Caulk! Okay, tee-off, ladies and gentlemen. One more time for our winner, Femke Caulk!
Out of time.
Returning to Heerenveen in the Netherlands, Tee-Off Stadium. One last event as we close down the 2026 World Sprint Championships. And here are the current standings. A 1.80 point lead for Nabau over Jordan Stolz. Nabau has swept all 3 of the sprint events thus far. We'll see Nabau in the final pair. Jordan Stolz will be in pair 12. Laurent Dubray right now is in 3rd position. Ning and Venemars round out the top 5. So here's a look at the start list. We'll have 13 pairs. And it really starts to get good with pair 11, Ning and Shinhama. Then we'll see Stolz in the penultimate pair against Venemars, and then Nabau will try to claim his spots in world sprint speed skating history. Victory ceremony for Femke Caulk a couple of moments ago. Ice has been resurfaced, and the fans have caught their breath. And one more event to close out the Sprint Championships, then the all-around kickoff tomorrow. 500 for the women and the men will open things up, and the 3,000 for the women, the 5K for the men. And Jordan Stolz is on the initial start list for the all-around tomorrow. So here we go, opening pair. Botman Becsi from Hungary, and Ignaz Sventner from Austria. Becsi right now 26. There are 26 remaining men's skaters. Damian Zurek and Moshige and Wataru have pulled out after the first day, so from 28 to 26. Schwentner is currently 25th.
Ready.
All right, so off we go. The first of 13 pairs in our final event of the World Sprint Championships. Again, Yenny Nabau has been masterful over the first day and a half. He has one more race to go. This is a guy who's been runner-up more times than he cares to admit. But he is right now in control. So Betsy and Schwentner here in the opening pair. They both were in the mid-112s with their first race yesterday. 43.42 for Schwentner, 43.88 for Betsy. And down the back straight in their final race here in Heerenveen. And we'll do it all again tomorrow. Again, you just take a look at some of the names as Betsy crosses in 112.02 to win the pair. And we'll see kind of the last hurrah for Miho Takagi of Japan, who announced a few days ago that this will be her final international competition for the 10-time Olympic medalist. Francesca Lollobrigida, two-time Olympic champion in Italy just a few weeks ago. Antoinette Riepma de Jong, Martina Sablikova will also close out her unbelievable legendary career. And then you go to the men's side tomorrow when the all-around begins. The big names, Peter Kongsog, Jordan Stolz, Olympic silver medalist in the mass, Victor Hod Thorp, Vladimir Simaruni, Sander Eitram, Yelik, Chechia, Lubino, Lorello, an Olympic medalist a couple of weeks back. Heisinger, Wenger, I mean, it all starts in earnest tomorrow. And we'll have coverage all weekend long as we close out the World Championships. Second pair. Conor McDermott, Mostowy from the United States, Artur Galiev of Kazakhstan. McDermott Mostowy is 24th, Galiev 22nd at this stage.
Ready.
Just hoping to see a solid race in form here from McDermott Mostowy. This has not been a banner couple of days for him here in Heerenveen, but let's see if he can put it all together here in this final 1,000 meter. He'll start in the inner. Mostowy, a 1:10.23 yesterday. Galiev goes out in 16:81. Stolz will be in the 12th pair. Nabau will be in the 13th and final pair. Galiev in 42.49, 42.75 for McDermott Mostowy, 25.53. That's about 1,300 slower than his first full lap yesterday at this distance. McDermott Mostowy closing out an Olympic year for the first time in his career. He will cross in 1:10.46 and wins the pair with a late burst over the final couple of hundred meters. Right around where he was yesterday. So two pairs down. And McDermott Mostowy, a little head shake again. One last shot of the elevator. All right. Looks like Stolz and Venemars will share the elevator on the way down. Elevator's getting a workout.
141.720 for the Kazakh speed skater. Okay, Theo.
Coup, young man of Korea, right now 10th position.
Number 3, this
He's the highest placing Korean skater here in the men's sprint. We'll see him a little bit later on. Pair number 3 from Belgium, the 31-year-old Matthias Voste. And the 29-year-old from Norway. These Norwegian fans aren't going anywhere this weekend, not with Sander Eicherman Company coming up over the weekend. Vikland on the women's side. They're here all week.
Oh, to the start.
Okay, Voste, pair 3.
Ready.
I mean, to get to the conclusion of an event like this, at least on the sprint side, you can't help but kind of wax poetic about some of these skaters because you just don't know what the future holds. We've seen some big names in our sport announce already this will be their last international event before moving on to their next chapter of life. You just don't know what's in the future for any of these guys, not these in particular, but as you close down the end of a season, particularly one at the end of an Olympic cycle. That's generally where you do see the changeover and the batons being passed. But for a lot of the skaters at the back end of this men's 1,000-meter race today are just getting into the prime of their careers as we get a look at Voste. McDermott Mostoe, 1:10.46. That's the current top time, and not anymore. 1:09.98 for Voste. 5 100ths off of his time from yesterday. And there's Ruka. Ruka, the 29-year-old. Voste, 31, 3-time Olympian. Ruka has been to the Olympics a couple of times, got back this year after not qualifying for Beijing. So 3 pairs down, 10 to go. And there is right now your bronze medal position, and there is your potential world sprint champ. A determined march to the elevator for the last time in the Heerenveen, Nabau. Notably, all by himself. See the little twitch on the side of his face? He's this close. Pair 4. Daniel Di Stefano from Italy and Moritz Klein of Germany. Now, when you break down the numbers from yesterday's 1,000, I mentioned this earlier in the broadcast, but for Di Stefano, of the 28 racers yesterday in the 1,000, his opener was 27th, 17:16. Only faster than Betsy. But the last lap for Di Stefano was only beaten by Nabau. Nabau's final lap was 26:07. Di Stefano was 26:22 after a 25:26. So that's how Di Stefano wound up, despite that awfully slow start, finished 8th.
Ready.
I mean, Di Stefano, he's a mass start specialist. He's a distance guy, and if he can just improve on the first 200 meters and do what he did in really the last 600 meters of yesterday's race, I mean, he has a shot to do some damage here in this 1,000. Again, his opener yesterday was 17:16, exactly what he's at once again. Klein is 16:77. So let's watch Di Stefano here. This is where he was quick and he was consistent over the final 800 meters. He was 25-26. Oh, and going down and almost taking DiStefano with him. Moritz Klein crashes into the boards, and that really slowed up the momentum of DiStefano. And Klein appears to be okay, and now it's DiStefano on the ice by himself. And Klein, cutting out of that corner, almost took DiStefano with him. And now DiStefano, to his credit, grinding the teeth. And here he comes to the finish, and DiStefano will cross in 109.28. He was 108.64 yesterday as Klein recovers. Let's take a look at him going down. Has lost his balance, hand down and inches away from DiStefano. I mean, DiStefano had to go up on one leg to avoid and hold it right there just to make sure he didn't get T-boned. Watch this. That's that left boot just cut out from underneath him, trying to take all that speed. Boy, too, I tell you what, to Klein's credit, he kind of twisted his blades back behind him away from DiStefano, or else that really could have been dangerous. I mean, it was dangerous, but it could have been, oof, that could have been a tough sight. DiStefano just checking to make sure the Klein's all right.
2 minutes.
And they're going to repair the ice. Let's see Klein sitting on the infield. DiStefano reaching back saying, hey, you okay? Moritz. Disappointed, though, for DiStefano. He was barreling up once again for a nice back half. But this slip and fall by Klein cost DiStefano. I mean, look how close that was. Less than a foot. That's not how either wanted to go out, but thankfully Klein is all right. We did not see the best from DiStefano in his final event of the year. Meanwhile, Jordan Staltz preparing. He'll be in pair number 12 of the 13. We haven't seen a lot of faster times day over day compared to yesterday. But Staltz is going to have to dig deep. First off, he needs to just beat Nabau, because that's something that Staltz has not done all weekend with Yanni Nabau. All three races have gone the way of the Dutchman. But it will have to be a demonstrative difference between Jordan Staltz and Yanni Nabau. Ice has been repaired, and back on the ice for pair 5.
Let's get back to pair number 5. Again, 2 Olympians. Heerenveen representing Germany.
So out of Germany, Dombeck. Hendrick is sitting 19th to this stage. His best event against the field has been in the 1,000 yesterday. And here's Cedric Brunette. And Brunette's had a nice run here at Heerenveen, sitting 16th.
Go to the start.
We know Brunette has front end speed. Has not necessarily translated in the final 600 meters of the 1,000.
Ready.
Brunette opened in 16:36 yesterday. Dombeck 16:73. And so coming to the first 200 meters, it once again will be Brunette at 16:52. So about that quarter-second spread that we saw yesterday between these two. Now can Brunette maintain it? The crossover to the inner for the Canadian. Brunette, 25 years of age, raced in the 500 in Milano Cortina, finished 23rd. Here's the bell, 42.09 for Brunette. And he's right on the number he was yesterday, 25:51, 24 hours ago in that first lap. And he'll finish in the outer. Dombeck Out of the inner, comes out of the corner. And Domek in pretty good position here against Brunette. Out in front, closing very well, a 109.85. That is second best so far. 5,700s behind DiStefano. And again, DiStefano should have gone faster. Was poised to go faster, but the spill by Klein that nearly took DiStefano to the ice with him cost Danielle some time. So 109.85 for Domek. Brunette a 110.43. And there's the Klein and DiStefano. Good sportsmanship right there. DiStefano just checking to make sure Klein's all right. See Ning Zhongyan, the Olympic champion of the 1500. He'll be in pair 11. Dubray will be opposite Nabau in the last. I will say this as we're winding down the World Sprint Championships here today. I'll be on the air tomorrow for the first day of the World All-Round. Great thanks to the ISU and all the production people, the camera operators, the graphics. I mean, this is not an easy event to pull off, but I mean, you guys have been fantastic with your shots, with your replays, helping to tell the stories of these athletes. And to know the fans here and the fans all around the world watching, tens of thousands of you are grateful. And my thanks as well. Pair 6.
Ready.
Galia Izquierdo and Nanomura Tayo. Spain and Japan in pair 6. Izquierdo right now at 17th. He's in the red and the yellow right there in the inner. Good look at the young Spaniard. Nanomura in 13th position coming in. Izquierdo skated on Olympic ice a couple of weeks ago, as did Nanomura, 24-year-old. This one's tight through the first 600. 800 separate the two. Little more speed carried by Izquierdo into the final lap of pair 6. Now Nanomura closed very well in the final 400 meters yesterday, and it looks like he's doing the same. And Nanomura has separated a bit from Izquierdo and will come home in 109.58. Second fastest time so far in this 1,000. A 110.16 for Galia Izquierdo. So DiStefano's time, jagged as it was, a 109.28 is still tops. I wonder what's going through Jordan Stoll's mind. Does he have the time he needs deep inside the soul? He'll be matched up against Venomars. Ning and Shinhama will be in pair 11. Ning right now is just off the podium, but it's tight. Tell you what, between Dubray, Ning, and Venomars, anybody could finish in third position. Pair number 7. Cho Sang-hyuk from Korea. 15th place at this point. 25-year-old from Korea. And we heard a great applause and appreciation of Piotr Mahoski over the course of the first couple of days. This will be his final race here in Heerenveen for this championship. He's 31, 3-time Olympian.
Go to the start. Ready.
And off we go in pair 7. We just saw Jordan Staltz and a couple of other competitors speed on the infield right past these two as they're set up to start their race. That gives an idea of just how focused they are. But I'm sure they didn't even hear or see them. Now Mahoski go back to the Beijing Olympics on the cusp of an Olympic podium or two. He's now 31 years of age. He goes out in 16:54. Shows 600s faster. And the first lap completed, 25:11 Mahoski, 25:19 for Cho. Mahoski nearly 2/10 faster than he was at this stage yesterday. Again, Di Stefano's time still holding up at 109.28. As we wind down pair number 7, final corner. Cho making up some ground, and he's in front of Mahoski. Drives to the line, and there is your new leader in the second version of the 1000. Subtle fist pump by Cho. Mahoski also gets inside Di Stefano as well. So a good looking race by Cho. He was 109.15 yesterday, and he goes 108.82. First skater inside 109. There you go, that's what you want to see on the way out. And there's Mahoski, a little bow, a little wave. 31-year-old. We'll see what his future looks like at the end of this Olympic cycle. Pair number 8. 6 pairs to go. Cooper McLeod of the U.S. Koo Kyung-min from Korea. And so Cooper McLeod, the 24-year-old Olympian in Milano Cortina. 22nd place in the 500. Finished 19th in the 1,000. Back on the ice for the U.S. And Koo Kyung-min, 21-year-old from Korea. He finished 10th in the 1,000 at the Olympics a few weeks back.
Go to the start. Ready.
So off go McLeod and Coup, 8th pair of 13. McLeod 14th place coming into this final event. Really a top 10 finish is not on the table, but you just want to finish with your best and feel good about your last race. Coup, meanwhile, is right in 10th position. He was 108.69 yesterday. If he replicates that type of 1,000 meter today, virtually guaranteed a top 10 world finish. And he will hear the bell, and he has a slight lead on McLeod. 2800s in this race, but still off the pace set by Cho. McLeod trying to dig deep. Final corner. Coup cleanly out of it. And he will take down McLeod in the pair. But third position in this 1,000, 109.21 for Coup. It's about a half second slower than yesterday. So that's probably a coin flip of a top 10 finish for Coup. You have 10 more skaters in front of you, and you are not on top at this stage in the classification. So he will need some help for a top 10 finish. The time is drawing near.
Two Korean skaters leading. And we're coming closer and closer to the top.
Pair number 9. Dubrey keeping himself warm. He'll be in the final pair with Nabau.
Is pair number 9. In pair number 9, 2 Olympians.
9th pair.
Third appearance in the world.
Maro Kanye, 12th overall for the 26-year-old.
Representing Poland. His 1000 yesterday.
He was one of the few guys faster today in the 500 than yesterday by 1/10 of a second. And he would like to do the same thing here in the 1000. He was 17th yesterday. And here's Martin Lieb, 29-year-old, represented Estonia. 6th place finish in the 1000 yesterday.
Go to the start.
Lieb was just very consistent through the race. Not too quick off of the line, but balanced through the race. He's in the outer in the red armband.
Ready.
Bring it back. False start charged against Kanye. Let's take a look on the right side of your screen. This should provide a better look. Just that little hitch.
False
They
start.
see
In
everything.
lane not stable. Go to the start. Ready.
It is a clean start this time. Martin Lieb starts in the outer from Estonia. And there's a look at Maro Kanye from Poland in the white and the red. Lieb right now, top 8 finisher. Final race. He was 6th in the 1000 yesterday, and he goes out in 16:42. He was 16:38 24 hours ago. Almost identical form. A little bit of a wobble there by Lieb coming out of that corner. 41:56 for Lieb. That full lap, basically identical to yesterday for Lieb, so he's on target for what he did yesterday in the 108 mid. What do the legs have left for Martin Lieb? He's out in front of Kanye. He was 108.40 yesterday, and he's 108.87 today. Does win the pair, but lost a little bit of time in the last 200 meters. So Lieb is right now 2nd in this 1000. There's a little shake out wide by Lieb. Martin Lieb right now is the overall leader with 4 pairs to go, so he's guaranteed at least a top 9. And now the last 4 pairs. And the first of the 3 Dutch skaters. And Jano Botman, who turns 26 years old on Sunday, he's had a really nice week. Haven't seen him a whole lot on the World Cup scene this year. But Botman comes in 9th overall. Was the 7th fastest yesterday in the 1000. And another race like that will solidify maybe even a top 7, perhaps top 6 finish for him. And Bjorn Magnussen from Norway, the opponent. He's in 7th position. And he had really one of the best improvements of any skater today versus yesterday. He went down by 0.3 of a second to 500. And everybody else has been basically on par or a little slower. But Magnuson bucked the trend. Let's see if he can do the same here at the 1,000. If he does so, he might outside shot at 5th. So we'll see. Magnuson, a 108.69 yesterday. He's kind of mid-pack with his opener, and he's in the 16.4 range yesterday. And there is Botman on the inner for the Dutch. First 200, 16.3, 16.4. 600 separate the two. Botman crosses to the outer. Magnuson drafting, coming around the corner. And the final 400 meters, and this one's tight. 0.2 separate Magnuson and Botman. Botman overall number 9. Going to try and hunt down Magnuson out of this last corner. He's got work to do. Oh, and down he goes, and Botman a hard crash into the pads. Magnuson felt it behind him, and he crosses in an even 109. That's right around the same spot where we saw Klein go down a few moments ago. And it looks like Botman a little worse for the wear than Moritz was. That was a nasty fall and crash for Yano. And let's see what happened. And again, it was the left blade, the left boot. That's exactly what happened to Klein in almost the exact spot on the ice out of that last corner. And again, they repaired the ice after Klein went down and almost took DiStefano with him. I wouldn't mind seeing a side-by-side. I know we probably can't do that production-wise of a split screen on where Klein dug up the ice and fell versus where that fall involving Botman was. Disappointing finish of a really impressive weekend by Yano. And emotion getting the best of him. But the crowd, the Dutch crowd, can sense his agony. And they applaud to appreciate his great efforts these last couple of days. I mean, it's the last corner of your last race of the World Sprint Champs, and you're looking at maybe a top 7 finish in the world, and instead, this happens, and it's a DNF. And that is hard to watch. And actually, I'll stand myself corrected. He got up and actually skated through the line, and it's not a DNF. Klein did not finish, but Botman's time has just been posted, so at least he'll get credit for finishing the race. 2:13.85 is his official time, but overcome by tears, and everyone understands why. Three pairs to go. Pair number 10. Shinhama Tatsuya from Japan. Currently in 6th place. But he did his damage in the 500s yesterday and today. And here is the Olympic champion in the 1500 meter. And the Olympic bronze medalist in the 1000, Ning Zhangyan. 4th position coming in. One of the biggest surprises at the Olympics in Italy a couple of weeks ago. Ning winning gold, depriving Staltz a 3rd individual gold. And now he needs a big race to get on the world sprint podium.
Ready.
So Ning is off, looking determined. He wasn't terribly quick in his opener yesterday, but he was one of the fastest final 800 meter. Third fastest full lap, fourth fastest second lap, and that's what brought Ning home in fourth position in the 1,000 yesterday. He goes out in 16:61, he was 16:50 yesterday. And there's the cross with Shinhama. Ning trying to put a little bit of heat on Dubray. And separate a bit more from Venomars, who we will see next against Jordan Stoltz. A 24.75 for Ning. He was 24.59 yesterday, so he's been a little slower in the opener, a little slower in the first lap. What does he have left? He came home in 26.52, and Ning gets through that corner, as does Shinhama. Here comes Ning to the finish, a 26.52 finish for 107.88. So he matched his final lap yesterday, but bled some time in the first 600 of the race. But Ning is the fastest so far in this second version of the 1,000. A 107.88, first skater to go below 108s. We saw 4 skaters yesterday go beneath 108s, and Nabau was the only skater to go sub 107. So there's the Olympic champion in the 1,500 meter. Ning Zhongyan closing out his campaign. 2 pairs to go. Botman, well, he's going to be feeling the emotion of that crash out for a while. Well, this is what it all comes down to. Yenny Nabau is your leader. He has won all 3 individual events in this World Sprint Championships over Jordan Stoltz. And Stoltz will be in this pair, the penultimate pair. Joop Venomars will provide the opposition. Venomars right now 5th. But he has a shot at a podium finish with a big race. And speaking of big races, here's the 2-time Olympic champion Jordan Stoltz, the prohibitive favorite to win the World Sprint Championships before this week began. But he is a distant second behind Yenny Nabau. He has not won a race yet this weekend, and he needs the race of Heerenveen to put the pressure on Nabau, who races in the final pair next. And Nabau not bothering to watch.
Ready.
Stoltz went out the fastest in the 1,000 yesterday at 15.99, but his last lap faded. We haven't really seen the trademark burst from Jordan Stoltz yet this week in Heerenveen. And he opens at 16:31. That's 3,200 slower. Perhaps saving for the final 400. We'll see. Venomars is 16:47. And Stoltz will draft off of Venomars. Left arm on his back. It's an uphill battle for Jordan Stoltz, trying to put a little flame under the feet of Yenny Nabau. Here's the bell lap. Stoltz at 24.59. He was 24.53 yesterday. So Stoltz slower in the opener, a tad slower in the first full lap. And the final 400 meters now for Jordan Stoltz. Venomars a distant second in this pair. Stoltz around his final corner. He needs a big last 100. Here comes Stoltz to the line in 107.26. Stoltz did make up some ground in that final 400 meters, and he is your classification leader with 1 pair to go. A 107.26 for Jordan Stoltz. And there's the start. Nabau didn't even hear the gun go off. Because frankly, it matters very little what number Stoltz throws up in this race. Because the World Sprint Championship is right now in the palm of the hand of Yenny Nabau. One pair left. Staltz is not done with this crowd yet. He'll start racing the all-round tomorrow with whatever energy and stamina he has left. All right, here we go. And we'll see on the graphic as Dubreuil and Nabau come to the line what the time is needed for Yenny Nabau to claim the world sprint title. Laurent Dubreuil, third position coming in. 2/3 in the 500, a fifth in the 1,000 yesterday. And he has been so acquiescent of the crowd here in Heerenveen all weekend. And here is the moment of imminence. You see the time, 109.05 is what Yenny Nabau needs. He went out in 106.52 yesterday. And all of his countrymen and teammates, noses pressed against the glass to watch Yenny Nabau's moment of history.
Ready.
And here we go from Heerenveen. Destiny awaits the 22-year-old Yenny Nabau. He's away cleanly. And Dubreuil on the inner for Canada looking for a podium finish. And Nabau goes out in 16.06. He was 16.08 yesterday. And a quick first 200 for Dubreuil. Staltz not bearing to watch. There is Yenny Nabau. Through the inner, gets through that tricky area that has taken down a couple of skaters in the last 10 minutes. Here's the bell for Nabau, 24.55. He was 24.37 yesterday, but he is much in the clear of Jordan Staltz. Got a 2-second advantage. The final back straight for Yenny Nabau. And the world sprint runner-up 2 years ago, the Olympic runner-up twice to Staltz and Milano Cortina. And here comes Yenny Nabau, skating toward history, runner-up no more. Yenny Nabau, a 107.40, is the 2026 World Sprint Speed Skating Champion. Exercising the demons of runner-up finishes in the World Cup, in the Olympics, but not today, not this week, not on his ice in Heerenveen. Yenny Nabau, the World Sprint Speed Skating Champion of 2026. And it was decisive. And the flag handed to another Dutch skater. Oh, and the release of emotions for Yenny Nabau. What all he must be feeling.
Ready.
Finished runner-up to Jordan Staltz 3 different times across this World Cup season. The runner-up to Jordan Staltz in the Olympics in the 500 and the 1,000. But not today. And frankly, after yesterday, you knew it was going to take a gargantuan effort by Jordan Staltz to take down Yenny Nabau. I mean, it looked like he was just destined to win this one. The only question coming into day 2 was, what did the night bring for Yenny Nabau last night? Was it easy to sleep? Was it restless? Would he be tight today? Would he be loose and focused? And all of the questions have been answered by this 22-year-old from the Netherlands. And we have now seen over the course of this year, but especially right now, the blossoming of what is going to be an epic speed skating rivalry. Friendly rivalry, but rivalry between Jordan Staltz and Yanni Nabau. Staltz, 21 years old. Nabau is 22. Staltz was basically invincible most of this campaign. Lost a late World Cup season 500 preceding the Olympics, but then he went to Milano Cortina with the thoughts of maybe winning 4 Olympic golds. Well, he claimed gold in the 500, the 1,000. Did not win the 1,500, did not win the mass. Nabau has been kind of lying in wait. And Yanni Nabau has his moment in Heerenveen. And this is going to be some type of speed skating duel. Federer and Nadal meet Nabau and Staltz. And there are the results of the 1,000 today. Staltz did win the 1,000. That's the only event where he was able to get on top of Nabau this week. And here are the final standings. And the World Championship on the sprints to Yanni Nabau by 83 hundredths of a point over Jordan Staltz. Staltz wins silver. And Ning gets up for the bronze. Venemar is 4th. And Dubreuil, who was in bronze position going into that last race, finishes 5th. And you might have to crowbar Yanni Nabau off of the ice. He doesn't want to leave. And finally, we see the big smile from Nabau. It has been mostly AWOL over the last few months. He's known he has had the ability locked inside to beat Jordan Staltz, but seemingly at every turn, seemingly every photo finish, seemingly every tight race went Staltz's way this year up until this week. And frankly, the 3 races Nabau won out of the 4 this weekend in Heerenveen weren't terribly close. And all smiles everywhere. Ning Zhongyang, world bronze. Jordan Staltz, a smile as he signs autographs for fans. And how about that? And there it is. There is the congratulatory handshake between Staltz and Nabau. So it's a Dutch World Sprint Championship sweep. They claim 4 of the 6 world medals. The women sweep all 3, and the champions wear the orange and blue. Femke Caulk and Yanni Nabau. And if you've been following speed skating over the last month, this should come as no surprise to anybody. The Dutch won 13 medals in Milano Cortina, 5 of the golds, 5 of the 14. But on the men's side, only Jorrit Bergsma, 1 gold on the men's side. But Yanni Nabau claims a World Sprint Championship in 2026 here at Shelf Stadium in Heerenveen. Lights go dim. They'll get ready for the award ceremony. Ning Zhongyang, the World Sprint bronze. Jordan Staltz of the United States, World Sprint silver. And your 2026 World Sprint champion is Yanni Nabau. The all-around gets underway tomorrow, day 3 from Heerenveen. We'll have coverage right here with the ISU. So on behalf of our entire crew, I hope you enjoyed the World Sprint Championships for the ISU of 2026. Femke Caulk and Yanni Nabau claim world titles for the kingdom on everyone's behalf. I'm Patrick Kiedis. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow, day 1 of the World All-Rounds. So long from Heerenveen.
Good evening, passengers. Welcome aboard on the flight. From this moment on, cell phones should be switched on and put into flashlight mode. May we ask for your attention while our cabin crew demonstrates the safety features on this flight. Please raise both hands up in the sky. Now slowly wave from the left to the right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right.
Holy shit! That's crazy!
Let's make some noise. I'm gonna count to 3.
richting de bloemenhuldiging.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the flower ceremony to recognize the winner of the second 500 meters of the ISU World Sprint Championships. Presenting the flowers today is 3 times Olympic gold medalist and, of course, a T-Alf icon. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Marianne Timmer. And now, with a time of 33:39, the winner of the second 500 meters here in Heerenveen from the Netherlands, ladies and gentlemen, Nabau. Ladies and gentlemen, let me hear you for And now, with a time of 1:07:26, the winner of the second 1,000 meters here in Heerenveen from the United States of America, Jordan Staltz. Okay, to you one more time for Jordan Staltz.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, just a few moments we will go over to the official medal ceremony. So we've had the flower ceremonies. In just a few moments we're going over to the medal ceremonies. En volgens mij zaten we midden in iets. T-Alf niet gaan slapen, hè, toch? Zometeen komen die medailles. Waar zijn die handen, waar zijn die stemmen? Okay, clap your hands, come on. We're almost there. We're waiting for the last ceremony. You're the best crowd in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Speed skating all over. Just put your hands out in front of you, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands out in front of you. We're gonna bounce a little bit. And slowly those hands go up in the air. Those hands go up in the air. Iedereen rust, oost, west, stemkamer. Die handen zijn in de lucht. We gaan klap op de maat van de muziek. Klap, 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 klap. Hey, come on. Ho, ho. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going over to the official ceremonies. Keep on clapping. Give some energy.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, your attention for the prize-giving ceremony of the ISU World Speed Skating Championships All-Round and Sprint Heerenveen 2026. In third place and winner of the bronze medal with a points total of 150.305, representing the Netherlands namens Team NL, Marit Vladinus. And the medals are awarded by Mr. Kim Jae-yul, the president of the International Skating Union. And the flowers are presented by Miss Marianne Timmer, three-time Olympic champion and world champion sprint. And then in second place and winner of the silver medal with a points total of 148.935. Also representing the Netherlands, Team NL, Suzanne Schulting! And then Tialf in first place and the winner of the gold medal in the new World Champion Sprint 2026 with a points total of 146.670 with a track record on the 500 meters. Representing the Netherlands, Team NL, Tialf, laat het maar knallen voor Venke Kop! And now the laurel is awarded by Chief Referee Miss Suzanne Sandvik-Shobi. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your attention, if possible, please rise, and your attention for the national anthem of the Netherlands. uniek 1-2-3 podium. One more time, a big applause of this top 3. Third place, Marit. The second place, Suzanne Schulting. And the winner, the world champion sprint, Femke Caulk. Ja, dan gaan we natuurlijk ook overschakelen naar het middenterrein. Daar staat natuurlijk al de hele dag collega Linda de Vries. En jij hebt een bijzondere podiumgast erbij, Linda.
Jazeker, ik heb een prachtig podium en ik heb ze alle 3 even gevraagd. En we hebben hier nummer 3, Tjan, Mark, Chris en een heel groot applaus. Zo mooi, een wedstrijd WK Sprint. Ja, dit is echt zo mooi, echt heel blij mee. En in een vol Tian, het was echt zo gaaf en heel erg bedankt voor het aanmoedigen. Het was echt geweldig. Ja, en dan zijn we met nummer 2. Suzanne, we hebben je eigenlijk nog heel niet gesproken dit weekend, maar wat heb jij een weekend gereden?
Dankjewel. Ja, echt. Ik ben zo super blij met dit weekend. 4 hele stabiele ritten neergezet, dus echt super blij mee.
Tweede op het WK Sprint Schaatsen. En je zorgt van schaatsen. Hoe voelt dat?
Ja, echt heel erg. Eigenlijk mijn eerste WK naar de veel en van soort mee. Dus echt.
In de Fontiel laat nog één keer horen voor
Suzanne, ik ben stapelgek op jou.
De tijd is weer gekomen, tijd voor een groot feest. Dat wil je echt niet missen, hier moet je zijn geweest. Samen heffen wij het glas en ode aan het bier. We proosten op een leven vol plezier. Feesten doen we hier. We zijn er weer bij en
You're more like the bounce, and I'm like very like static, you know? Yeah. Not very light-footed.
van alle mensen, ze gaan van dit naar dit. Iedereen is uitgelaten, de stemming is onbekend. Alles loopt de volle wacht, we drinken en we geven. Het Oktoberfestmaal is voor iedereen.
Have you seen the TikTok account of the White House? No, you should look it up. It's so funny. Yeah? They're playing like Call of Duty clips and then real clips from like the.
It's probably Trump posting himself.
Yeah. He's like. We already did that stuff. I met the royal family like last week. So I already had that out of the way. You haven't been home, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the prize-giving ceremony of the ISU World Speed Skating Championships All-Round and Sprint Heerenveen 2026. In third place and winner of the bronze medal with a points total of 136,755, representing the People's Republic of China, Ning. And the medals are awarded by Mr. Kim Jae-yul, the president of the International Skating Union. The flowers are presented by Miss Marianne Timmer, three-time Olympic champion and world champion sprint. And then in second place and winner of the silver medal with a points total of 135,500, representing the United States of America, Jordan Staltz. And then in first place, and the winner of the gold medal and the new World Champion Sprint 2026, in a new world record points of 134.670, a new track record on the 500 meters. In 2024, he was the runner-up, but now he is the new world champion. Thorp, laat het dak maar knallen voor jullie nieuwe wereldkampioen, Nabau! Now the laurel is awarded by Chief Referee Mr. Daniel Kabelduk. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if possible, please rise and your attention for the national anthem of the Netherlands.
starting gaat om 23:32. Dus als je met de trein gaat, en we hopen natuurlijk dat zoveel mogelijk mensen een duurzame vervoersoptie hebben gekozen, zou ik zeggen richting Zwolle 2 voor half 12 en richting Leeuwarden 2 over half 12. Maar check alsjeblieft goed je reis-app of de app van de NS. Dan weet je helemaal zeker dat alles helemaal goed loopt. Jullie gaan allemaal rustig naar huis en even bijkomen, maar jullie komen natuurlijk morgen allemaal terug, want dan beginnen we natuurlijk met het WK Allround. En het is een waanzinnige